another 10 inches of snow with the Kubota LX2620 hydrostatic cab. Temperatures dropping to the sub-zero level. I gotta get this driveway cleared off because life has to resume. They're calling for a high tonight. Single digits, low single digits. And the wind is starting to become a factor. We are definitely in for a rough week, as forecasters are now saying that we're supposed to get another storm this weekend, but on and off snow this week. Nuisance snow, which the nuisance snow now would be considered say 2 to 4 inches. I'm dealing with right now about another 8 to 10 that fell from my last video, which was yesterday around, I think it was around 5 o'clock. Into today, which is now 9:37 Eastern time. I'm in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, which is 70 miles east of Pittsburgh. And these snow piles have now reached the 6-foot mark. And as I said, the temperatures are forecasted to drop into the low single digits, which is going to be a major issue if I don't get this cleaned up now, because everything's just going to freeze. I should say it's already frozen, but solid, and I'm not going to be able to move it. In our area, all the schools are closed. We're on virtual days, and a lot of businesses are closed, roads closed. This has been a storm that's dropped, honestly, at least 24 inches of snow on us, and it would have been more. This was a very fine, almost sand-like storm. Had it been the white fluffy stuff, we would easily have had 3 feet of snow. And luckily, with the storm, it did not, the winds didn't play a big factor. It was pretty calm. thing I noticed when I walked outside is I noticed the winds were blowing, the snow was starting to drift, and that's going to be an issue because of how light the snow was and how sandy it was. It'll be like a sandstorm kind of thing, which is crazy. But when you live in West Central Pennsylvania, this is what we deal with. Hey Matthew, how's it going? Bud Files, I see you there. Thank you for stopping, my friend. And as I said, life has to resume here as we're going to school right now. Where do you live? Matthew, what's the other one here? Let's see. We got Matthew. You got Napa, Hester, England. How you doing? Hi from Ohio. I'm sure you guys got some snow also. We definitely got pounded. Absolutely pounded from late Saturday night, and it's still coming down a little bit. It's making it my normal operations of trying to clear this area. Making it a little difficult. All the snow that we have. Baltimore, yes sir. John, how you doing, buddy? You guys finally got a taste of it down there. Are the schools closed? I got somebody on here saying that they're heading to school right now. I'm wondering where that is. I know we don't have to flying tacos. We definitely don't have to live like this. We gotta go get our heads examined. Joseph, how you doing? Thanks for coming in this blustery day. It's about 10 degrees out now, but it's supposed to drop down to almost 0 tonight, which it's not going to be fun tomorrow morning. I'm wondering what they're going to do with school. They usually delay when it's cold, but I don't know how much warmer it's supposed to be, because the rest of this week is supposed to be ugly cold. If you're watching the stream, please let us know where you're from. I always go back and reread all the live comments during the stream. I know, who's got time for that, but I like to get to know people, where they're from, what they're about. And like Flying Taco said, we definitely don't need to live like this. We could easily be living in a more weather-friendly place, but I gotta be honest, man. This is usually just about 2 months. It's like this, and then the weather changes back, and I love the springtime here. See all those trees out there? It's just amazing watching them grow their green leaves, and you know, everything come alive. I mean, I'm not a winter person at all. You're not catching me out hiking or anything by any means. But yeah, I just try to get by. Yeah, that's the problem, man. You get this plow and then all of a sudden stuff freezes. We got issues. For me, if I don't plow it, I get people running over it, and it'll be June before it melts. So I like to get it cleaned up and taken care of the best I can. Cleveland, how you doing today? Doing well. Was that Edwin? Tough to see in the tractor here. Yep, Edwin. How you doing from Cleveland? I know you guys all got snow out there. James. Yeah, exactly. I think anybody who lives in the path of that storm is still going to be cleaning up for sure. This is a big one. I haven't personally seen this much in quite a while, and I've been around. So, gotta head down the driveway, see what I can get going down there. I can make it. That's always my, it's like the roll of the dice. I got the tractor here. It's an LX 2620 cab tractor. It has loaded rear wheels, which means they're fluid filled, and they do a great job with the traction. I also have a differential lock. I can put my heel down and hold it. That works well. I really pushed back the snow last night around 5 o'clock, pushed it off the edge a little bit so that I could make room for any additional stuff. But according to what the weather's saying, we're in for another storm next weekend. Maybe not as big, but at this point, any extra is a pain. Worked out well. And I gotta clean out where we put our garbage cans, or else Mr. Garbage Man will get angry at us. We're in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Population less than 20,000. Best known for 3 major floods. Or 1889, 1936, and 1977. thanks for sharing. I appreciate that. Pardon me for coughing, but my whole house had whatever was going around, and it just lingers. Glad I put that extra time in yesterday to push back those sides. Hoping you can see that. My guess is the kids will have a 2-hour delay tomorrow because of the cold temperatures. But we'll see. Expecting a couple of deliveries today from UPS. We'll have to see if that comes. I wouldn't blame them if they didn't deliver, but they usually do. Those poor guys are out there all the time. Like I said, please leave a comment. I always go back and read them and take suggestions. Oh, Arizona, no! Well, not beautiful Arizona. Rebecca, how you doing? Edward, how's it going? Kentucky. Let's see, I see Boston. Short stacked in Cleveland also. Cool. Can I see Thumper? Thumper. There you are, Thumper. Thumpert. Nice. Let's see here. Hello from Pennsylvania. Yep, Mr. Spring. Lots of snow, man. What part of Pennsylvania is this? The Poconos? I can't remember. Hello from Vegas. Used to live in Vegas. I used to live in Vegas. Lived and worked, Frederick, in Vegas. Hello from Louisiana. Erica, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. James. Yeah, third function makes it nice, man. The cab makes it nice. I'm just making people moderators. If you want to make friends, go visit somebody else's channel and, you know, hit them up, give them a sub. I appreciate if you guys can hit my stream or hit the like button. It's free. Doesn't cost anything. Helps out with the algorithm. Makes me feel warm and fuzzy. I'm a clown. 15.5 inches, yeah. I'll tell you what. That's, I don't know what we got so far here. I mean, I know we got at least 24 inches in this last storm. I'm going to say we probably have about 20 inches beyond that. So we probably have upwards of 50. But for whoever lives out there in Vegas, man, I used to live there. I was out there back in 1993. I worked at, well, what's called Ahern Rentals. I was their credit manager, but it used to be called Los Arcos Equipment. We rented high lift equipment. And I lived on, I remember the address, 6532 West Evergreen Street, Las Vegas. And I worked down on South Arville, right down there by the Gold Coast. Yeah, please double tap the screen. Appreciate it. Please go visit the other folks, man. If you're trying to grow your channel, that's the best way to do it. Networking with others in live streams. It's how I did it. And my channel's full of like tech reviews and sports live streams. I got young kids and they play sports and I live stream all their games, as many as I can. It's a nice thing for the families people who work in evenings can't make it. And I enjoy it. I enjoy the technology. Honestly, just even I think of technology and I think of this tractor and, the technology that goes into something like this. And it's exciting to me. I'm a tech geek by heart. I was a math teacher and an administrator in the school districts by trade. Spent 13 years as a principal. And oh my, what's that say? Freezing in Texas. The librarian, 75, what is it, for Texas, 80 miles south of Houston. Thank God no ice or snow. In the 20s, relentless winds. Wow, Christmas, 80 degrees, 60-degree drop in a matter of 4 weeks. Wow. Yeah, I guess when you get used to that, warmer weather, man, and it gets down. I think some people think that the southern states don't get any snow. I know when I was living out in Vegas, we went out to see the Grand Canyon. We were all excited about it. Went to sleep at the hotel, got up the next morning, and there was almost 12 inches of snow. Definitely didn't expect that. Weather's funny, man. We're not in charge. The weather tells us that in the big scheme of things, in life, we are not in charge. We're just along for the ride. You can quote me on that. So we might as well just enjoy it, make the best of it. try to be good to ourselves and others. No reason to make ourselves or other people miserable. It's not helpful. For sure. Oh, wow. Ahern Rentals is still there, live off of Rainbow, yeah. Dawn Ahern, the owner. Now my daughter went over her friend's house and they made some ice cream last night. She stayed over there. Louisiana got a little bit of sleet. Hello from Idaho. Very cool. Yep, old Ahern Rentals. Right off of Rainbow. It used to be called Los Arcos. They rented big JLG, like boom lifts and scissor lifts. And I was the credit manager. Traveled a lot to, they had a bunch of different branches, Utah, California, and several branches down in California. And lived out there for a little over a year. Really not sure why we moved back. I guess got homesick. We missed the weather. The weather out there was beautiful. You'd wake up in the morning in Vegas and like, I wonder if it's going to be sunny today. Yep. You wash your car and all you'd have to do is dust it off from the sand. You wouldn't have to. Rarely had to take it back to wash it. If you wax it up real good, you got like a little brush. It's like a little light duster, almost like a Swiffer. And just run it across it real lightly, and it wouldn't scratch it or anything. And take the dust off, and it looked perfectly clean. It's pretty cool out there. I know we moved out there in March, and we missed. It was March of '93, and there was a huge blizzard. Just, I can't remember the date. Well, my birthday's March 6th, and it was after my birthday, so it was right after my birthday we left to go and move there. And then it was shortly after that, a few days, not even a week, this area had the blizzard of '93. And I remember talking to my parents on the phone, and they were telling me how you couldn't see the houses across the street. It was so bad. And they were, it was crazy because at that point when I moved out there, it was probably, temperatures were probably in the high 70s, 80s, and the place we were staying had a swimming pool, and I was going swimming. And the people who were from out there, they thought I was crazy. They were like, oh, it's too cold to swim. Being from, Pennsylvania, Johnstown, out northeast here, for me, that was warm. And funny thing was, summer came, and all of a sudden, the real warmth of the Southwest kicked in, and I can remember the thermometer in the car, or the temperature gauge in the car saying, 110 degrees. And after swimming that summer, in the fall, 80 degrees felt chilly. So I can definitely understand how that person from Texas can say 20 degrees feels cold to them. For us, 20 degrees here, I mean, I'm not going to say it's not cold, because it definitely is cold, but it's not brutally cold. And people get acclimated to certain things. What's that old saying? You'd be surprised what you can get used to. Shannon, how you doing? Add some moderators here. Appreciate you coming in. Portland, Oregon. Nice. Troy from Idaho. Nice. Love doing this. Love talking and meeting up with people across the world. You normally say across the country, but this is definitely across the world. Met a lot of people from Asia on YouTube. Hitting up the live streams, and then I grow the channels. Start to see what other people appreciate. And I know, like in the Philippines, etc., got a lot of karaoke, which is really cool. They just get online and sing. People get on there and listen to them, and some of them even have people participating, which is really neat. Oops. Watch that roof there. This definitely wasn't as hard today to clean up as that was yesterday, with trying to push all the snow back off the driveway. It's a lot easier, for sure. Just to remind people, if you're not sure where we're from, Johnstown, Pennsylvania, which is 70 miles east of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I live on the pretty much side of a mountain, but really close to the city. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. I have some neighbors, but they're, I mean, in the summer you can't even see our house. Do some live streams this year as I'm doing the grass and cutting the field. It's definitely a beautiful area. Last night on the live stream I had some deer run out in front of me, which was pretty cool. I was hoping that the people got to see it. driveway pretty close, just to make room. Because as I always say, like I said, weather, life, it's not up to us. We don't make those decisions. We just got to try to live with it, adapt to it, make the best out of it. So just try to prepare yourself as best you can for whatever comes at you. And we never know what that's going to be. I don't know if we can see the grass or not, but I got this about 2 or 3 feet back off the actual paved driveway. This driveway used to be stone, used to be made out of what was called slag. And finally got it paved, which is expensive, but very well worth it. Very, very well worth it. Nicole, how are you? Let's see here, just plowed mine. Yeah, Connecticut, you guys are used to some snow up there, buddy, for sure. Please hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. It's up to you. Appreciate it if you do. I hit my neighbors right in front of the mailbox here for them. Help out the people around us if they seem to need it. Or even if they don't. Got to do my part. tough, man. You know, I always tell my kids that, you know, somebody said about, it's crazy how one place can have so much snow and another place nothing, you know, and that's very true. But I also equate that with, I tell my kids this all the time, you know, like the sunshine. You know, some days it's clear, and some days it's clear, and you know, you got the beautiful sunshine, and then other days it's cloudy and overcast. But what's true on both of those days is that the sun's still shining. It's just whether or not you can see it. And you know, that goes back to kind of like our attitudes as humans. You know, we always like, and most people always like the bright sunny days, and you know, on the gloomy days they forget that that sun's still shining, and you know, you got to try to appreciate it. It's tough to do. I know I'm preaching it, but I definitely struggle with it myself. You know, trying to look at the positive sides of things. You know, a day like today, the sun's still out there. Every day moving towards spring. You know, we're gaining sunlight. We're gaining warmth. And you know, we forget that. I forget that. You know, we get too busy remembering and seeing the negatives. Like I mentioned earlier in the stream that I was in education, I was a math teacher, and I had a girl say to me one time, she said, "What was the best day of your life?" And I said, "Man, I don't know. I couldn't think of it." And shortly after that, right after that, she said, "Well, what was the worst day of your life?" And I said, clearly, very easily, the worst day of my life is when my dad died. And she said to me, she said, "You know what? You know why that is?" She said, "That's because you focus on the negative stuff. You don't focus on the positive stuff." And she was right. She was absolutely 100% right. And then the story goes on, which is a true story. This girl was like, I believe, an 11th grader in my math class. And this was coming up to Thanksgiving. And it was I believe it was Thanksgiving Eve. That girl's dad committed suicide. And really sad story. And sometimes I wonder if, you know, somebody, God, you know, whatever it is she believes in or people believe in, you know, wasn't preparing her for that catastrophic loss. And I'll never forget that. I'll never ever forget that. She said that to me, my answer, and then moving ahead just a week, what happened? Yeah, I don't want to turn, I mean, we're snow plowing and I'm turning it into some type of psychological experiment, but I don't mean to do that. It's the truth. You know, I just sharing that with you, and that, you know, how our mindsets, you know, attack reframe things for us.